few times have I seen a movie in theaters twice in 1 week. A movie has to be really great for me to pay $12 plus to see it in theaters multiple times. However, Woody Allen's Midnight in Paris might just be one of those movies. Midnight in Paris stars Owen Wilson as Gil Pender, a disenchanted screenwriter who's completely over the Hollywood scene and just wants to move to Paris and write novels like Hemingway and Fitzgerald did in the 1920s. Unfortunately, his fiancée Inez, played by Rachel McAdams, doesn't really understand and would rather he continue his lucrative film career and stop living in the past. One night after a few dranky dranks, Gil decides to go out for a midnight stroll through Paris while his fiancée goes out dancing with a devilishly handsome intellectual. At the stroke of midnight, a 1920s Ford rolls up to Gil's street corner, and the French revelers just beckon him inside, and he's transported back to the 1920s. There he meets Zelda and F. Scott Fitzgerald, Ernest Hemingway, Gertrude Stein, and all the famous artists of that time. However, when he leaves the company of the artists, he's transported back to present day. Every night he continues to visit the Roaring Twenties and soon falls in love with Adriana, a lovely French girl played by Marion Cotillard, and he becomes conflicted between his present-day relationship with Inez that's less than fulfilling and the fantasy of living the rest of his life with Adriana. A film hasn't captured my imagination like this one did in a long time. It speaks to everything I love about traveling, especially to somewhere like Paris. Certain places do have the power to transport you back in time, and Paris is just one of them. The shots of the city in this film are absolutely beautiful and show off its charms beyond just the Eiffel Tower and the Champs-Élysées and, you know, all the touristy stuff. I actually went to Paris about 3 years ago as part of a choir tour, and this movie really made me want to go back. And for more than 2 days. Woody Allen's writing is fantastic in this film. He was able to keep the dialogue for the 1920s characters appropriate for the era without being too cliché or moving into modern speech, which is something that a lot of period pieces can't pull off. I saw a lot of Woody himself in the character of Gil. He was nervous, awkward, and just really didn't know what to do with his life. Owen Wilson pulled off the classic Woody Allen awkwardness just so well, and he was absolutely brilliant in this film. I love when an actor and a writer can successfully make me hate a loathsome character, and Woody Allen and Rachel McAdams both did very much with Inez. She is just awful and pushy and pretty much the worst fiancé ever, and it was awesome. My favorite performance in the entire film had to be Corey Stoll as Ernest Hemingway. He spoke just like he writes in these like tiny sentences, and he kept going on about war and hunting, and it made like everybody in the conversation really uncomfortable to be around him, and then you just get drunk and start threatening to fight people. It was great. It was great. Overall, I think that Midnight in Paris is a great film. Both times I saw it, I was smiling throughout the entire film. It's definitely one of the best films you'll see this summer, and Woody Allen's best film in a while. Definitely go see it. Thank you so much for subscribing, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Hugs.